Hi, welcome back. Alright, so I've gone through and finished out the rest of the piece. However, there are still some pretty important elements missing. For instance, there's no dynamic markings, there's no stickings on the battery instruments, and another element that I didn't enter when I first started the piece was the time signature, because it was sort of understood that it was in 4/4. However, for the sake of being proper, I'm going to go ahead and select a staff, doesn't matter which one, all the way to the end of the piece by triple clicking. Time signature 4/4. Alright, we are officially in 4/4. Now the next item I want to touch on is the idea of hidden objects and hidden text. And earlier, I'm going to come up here to view, hidden objects. Earlier we touched on the idea of using the tilde to hide things. You can also see it out here on the left with the instrument names. The behind the tilde portion is grayed out, thus meaning it is hidden. However, there's actually a few different ways you can deal with hidden objects, or hide objects, that is. So I'm actually going to come in here and select and remove this tilde. You can see now that it's actually visible, it's not hidden. So if I was to come in and select it, right click on Windows or control click on a Mac, come down here to hide or show, click hide, that'll actually hide it. Or you can use Shift Command H, and you can see you've got a few other options down there. And now it'll actually be hidden in the score. If we come up to view hidden objects, it will no longer be visible, even though there's no tilde, because it's now been told to hide. So if we want to keep it from being hidden, go back to view, turn on our hidden objects so we can see it. Come back and say hide or show, and we'll say show. I prefer to use the tilde method, so I'm going to put my tilde back there in front of it. But in general, you can hide objects regardless of whether they are this sort of text, or I could hide this tempo text if I wanted to, just using my shortcut. That's now hidden. But the cool thing about using the tilde, and the main reason I like to use the tilde, is it gives you the option to affect text or affect playback in ways that isn't necessarily visible to the eye. For instance, let's say I actually wanted this to play back long, but I wanted short to show up. If I put a short in front of the tilde, then long behind, it'll actually play back as long, because whatever the last thing Sibelius encounters is what it'll do. So even though I have it as short, when I play it back, so as you can hear, it actually plays back as a long roll, not a short roll, which is cool. Alright, well that's it for this video. Join us next time when we will start to talk about stickings, so we can tell little Johnny snare drummer what hands he's supposed to be playing with. So we'll see you next time.